Right, screen share. Okay, you guys ready?
All set.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get into the thing here. I don't want to hold you guys up. Hold up. I'll just give me a second.
You're fine. Hey. Good. No, you're fine. I'm going to put in headphones so I don't get any resonating sound.
You can either speak with
Okay, I'm good. I'm sorry.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine, dude. You're fine.
I'm stressing out because it's irritating.
It's okay. No worries.
All right, I'm good.
Alrighty. You ready for number one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Number one, I got C.
See?
Good. Good. All right, number two, I got D.
D as in dog.
D as in dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Three, I got B as in boy.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Four, I got D as in dog.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Or you said D as dog, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Four is D as in dog.
Okay.
Alrighty. Five, I got A.
A.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Six, I got A.
A.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
Perfect. Seven, I got A.
Mhm.
A.
Yep.
Okay. Eight, I got C.
C.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, nine, I got A on nine.
Me too.
Let's see. I got B.
You got B.
Let me see here.
Okay. Could you please turn on the second light switch? Okay, so what we're looking at, and the reason I think I have it for nine is whenever you're looking at the because we're looking at the money demand going from 1 to 2,
Right.
and whenever the price level goes down, people they don't want to have to hold as much money, so their money demanded goes down. So let's say the price increased, well then people are going to demand to have more money in their pocket because prices are higher.
So really, this has nothing to do with like interest rates. This is just demand.
Well, I mean, they can. That's what the R is. But right now we're just focusing on money demanded and price level. So, you know, and I'm pulling this from page 463, and it talks about like an increase in price level increases the demand for money. But if you switch that and you say a decrease in price level decreases the demand for money.
I see. That makes sense. Cool.
Okay. All right. You want to go to number 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 10, I got C.
C.
Okay. And see there again, you know, as the price level drops, the demand for money drops, the equilibrium weight will drop, and then the quantity of goods and service demanded increases. Okay. Other things the same as the price level rises. For 11, I got A.
11A.
I got B on that one.
You got B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interest rate rising. Same parcel. Right. I can double check on that one. I got. Go ahead.
The reason why it's tough because, let me see, because when I look at it, when I look at page like 463, other things the same as the price level rises, the interest rate rises, causing the aggravated demand to shift. But at the same time, I think, well, no, I think you're right. I think it may just be a movement along.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Because then when you look at the other one, the money market, money demand at the price level, the quantity, the money, I've got an idea. I'm gonna this one. Yeah, I think you're right. I think 11's B.
It just made sense to me because it was rising and it's moving along the demand curve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Instead of the demand curve shift in half.
It's basically a shift or a movement.
Yeah, the money demanded shifts, but the aggravated demand has a movement.
No, that makes sense. I'm trying to find. I kind of remember where it showed a model of this in the book.
On page 463, it shows.
463.
Okay. Well, do you want to keep on moving on?
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right, for 12, I got B.
B.
I've got A.
I got D. We all got different answers.
You got
I
D?
got D.
Okay. So here's why I'm gonna pull up a spreadsheet and show why I think what it is, because this one took me loops around the moon trying to figure it out, and I think I
I did the
finally
same thing.
figured
I
it
got
out.
a couple of different answers too, and I was just like,
So let me pull up my Excel spreadsheet and show y'all what I'm dishing out, and if you're gonna pick it up or put it down. Okay. Because I looked on Course Hero for, it doesn't give the exact same, but it gives a similar problem, and I was like, how'd they get that answer? So here, can y'all see my Excel spreadsheet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is, so take the following information for a given for a small imaginary economy when the income is 10,000, consumption spending is 6,500, and then you have to look at it this way. Remember, when we go over to page, this was the tricky part. When we go to page 469 for the MPC, it's the fraction of extra income. There's the keyword, the extra income. So the extra income in this case is $1,000, and the extra spending is the 7,200 minus the 6,500. So if you set it up this way,
Oh.
and then have the, oh, I had that one different. This is a different problem. Hold on. There's also another problem just like it. And then you have 6,500 under it. And then on this side, let's say you have the extra income, or you had the new income, then you have the old income. What you're going to do is you're going to minus this one, which that needs to be bigger. Throw it up 16, and then you're also going to minus this. And remember, so at this case, it's 75% because you're just taking this divided by this, which is 0.75. So they're taking 75% of their new income of $1,000 and spending it. So
I
see,
see.
because
So-
what originally mixed me up was I was taking 6,500 divided by 10,000 and getting 0.65.
That
And
makes
then I was
sense.
taking, 7,250 divided by 1,100 and getting a different number. And it was really tripping me up. And then, because I already took the quiz, and there's a very similar problem to the quiz. And I went on Course Hero whenever I was doing this, and they had a similar problem, but I was like, what, how are they getting that? And then it dawned on me, and I was like, oh, we have to look at the added income. So in that case, the MPC, in my opinion, it has to be 75. It has to be 0.75.
I gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. You want to keep on moving on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you all see the
Yeah.
thing, or is it still back at the spreadsheet? Let me go. I guess it X me out. Okay, I'm going to pull it up just in case anybody wants to look at it. All right, so for 13, I got A.
Yep.
Yep, 13A.
Okay. 14, I got C.
Yep.
See?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15, another trippy one. For 15, I got B.
That's the only one I skipped.
Okay. Let's pull this one up. I'm going to show an example of this one, okay? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me pull up an example of it real quick, okay?
I said, oh, Stuart will be able to explain this better than my research can, so I'm going to skip it.
Okay. So let me stop screen sharing. Let me go to my spreadsheet. Some things really trip me up though, like the real GDP falling and then money demand increases. That was kind of tripping me up. Those type of things trip me up. I do better on the math problems personally. Okay, can y'all see the spreadsheet?
Mm.
Okay, so again, we got to look at this. The new consumer spending is 740, and the old is 6720, and the new income is 8,500, and the old income is 8,000. So we're going to take the difference, and then take the difference of the income, and we've got an MPC of 0.64. Okay, so now we're going to we'll apply 0.64 to our formula, which equals 1 divided by 1 minus 0.64, which gives us a multiplier of 2.78. Okay, now we know our multiplier is 2.78. So we look in response of the following events, and this is the only way I could figure it out because I couldn't find anything online that had an example. Events could aggregate demand increase by 1,500. So I took the money multiplier of these different amounts, 300, 5,500, and 5,500 and 300, and saw which one would give me 1,500 using the money multiplier. Okay, so let's we're going to do 300, and then we'll also do 5,500. So at 300, we're going to do 300 times 2 point the money multiplier, which gives us 833. That's not looking too good for 300. So let's take 550 times the money multiplier. That gives us 1527. So we can go ahead and knock A out of the ballpark because it's not going to work, and D is not going to work either. So we're down to B and C. Now remember, in response, which of the following events could aggregate demand increase by 1500? Well, remember that crowding out effect with the interest rate reduces the amount that we're going to have. So if there's no crowding out effect, then C is going to be 1527.80. It's going to be this amount right here. That's what C is. So that's a possibility. But when we look at D, a stock market boom stimulates consumer spending by $550, and there's a small operative crowding out effect. That small amount could be $27.80, bringing us back down to 1500. So that one to me seemed like the only logical one, because C would equal 1527.80. It would be over 1500, but then B would bring it back down just a little bit, where it could be close to 1500 exactly.
No, that makes sense.
So, and you know what? I could be completely wrong. But that's just...
I like the logic. I didn't really get that one.
Yeah, that one,
It makes sense.
I kind of wanted to. I might ask the professor about it, but I'm worried something like this will be on the final exam, and I want to see if I can figure it out without having to plug in the answer. I mean, that's like the easiest way to do it, but if for whatever reason it doesn't give us a numerical answer to compare or to plug in, I wonder if we'll be able to do it that other way.
Mm-hmm. You know what I find are the really hard ones? Are these, like 13. I honestly, I got A, but I don't know really how to explain it right off the top of my head right now why I got A. Does anybody here think they could explain it?
Yeah, I got 18.
For 13?
Yeah. As the real GDP falls, it's like one of those things. I don't want to just know the answers. I want to know the material. But we can just move on. We can come back to it. All right, so let's go on. We're on 16 now. 16, I got D as in dog.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
all the above. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
17, I also got D as in dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. 18, I got D again.
That's right.
Everyone has D. I got
Yeah.
B as boys.
You got B
I'm
for
not
which one?
quite sure. For the 18.
For 18? Okay. So let's break it down.
I'm not
Go ahead.
quite sure about it.
That's okay. When we look at 18, one reason that it could be A is unemployment rises as the economy moves from A to B. And the reason being is that the aggravated demand is falling. And when the aggravated demand is falling, that's going to subsequently put output is going to lessen. And when output lessens, people are going to get laid off because companies aren't putting out as much anymore. So if you have anything that's going to be lowered from either your long run, then you're going to have unemployment. Because your demand goes down, which means suppliers aren't going to make as much money, which means that people are going to get unemployed because they can't afford to keep them.
Okay.
And then B, either physical or monetary policy could be used to move from B to A. In the long run, we learned about that in the long run, it can move from B to A, but it's got that lag time, so it only really works in the long run. We learned that the physical and monetary policies don't really work. It's at the very end of the chapter in the short run, only works in the long run. So that could be it. Now C is the one that I got tripped up on, but I had already figured out A and B, so I said it was D.
Yeah, with A and B, it's enough for D.
But
Okay,
if the
thank you.
yeah. All right. So going to 19, I got C.
Yep.
Same here.
See,
Okay. And then 20, I got C.
See.
Okay.
yep.
Well, that's about a wrap. Is there any of them that y'all are confused on?
I
Or
was just.
go over?
You guys got C on one. I initially got A.
Where?
Number one.
Number 1.
I got C.
Okay.
And my logic was when stocks rises, the gym decreases the consumption and spending. Not
Mhm.
necessarily that firm spend more on an investment.
I just
Because I
assumed
thought the
if the
consumption
stock prices
spending,
went up,
stock
he
prices
would
go up and
sell.
consumption spending, and that. So I got A initially. I know you guys got C, but that was the only other one that I was kind of iffy on with A.
Okay, I'm going to go over to where it talks about stocks. This one was with economics, they're not super straightforward at times with their questions.
And also,
Well,
it's all relative too, because stock prices, in order to spend more on investment, you have to technically liquidate your stock. So if there's rising stock prices, either you have an unrealized gain in the stock market, or you get like more in a dividend. But I just kind of figure whenever stock prices rise, that means people spend more money because they have more money, whether they liquidate their stocks or not. So that's C was the only one that made sense to me that way.
Okay, I found the answer, guys. The answer is on page 466, and it says here under why the Fed watches the stock market, it says, when the stock market booms, households become wealthier, and this increased wealth stimulates consumer spending. In addition, a rise in stock prices makes it more attractive for firms to sell new shares of stock, and this stimulates investment spending. So,
Oh, let me see.
so
No doubt about it.
we may take out A because the stock market booms, people now have more money to spend. And then firms don't sell fewer shares of stock. So to me, it was the only one with C.
Okay.
yeah, I think I'm getting picked up on the firm versus the general consumer.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta read up on that one a little bit. Because when I originally read it, all right.
So one more time, what was the answer for number 15?
15. I got B for 15.
Yeah, B as in baby, right?
Yeah, B as in baby.
Okay.
Can anybody explain by any chance why 13 is an A?
I'm actually trying to find in the book where they said that. Or maybe it was the PowerPoint. Hold on, let me pull up the PowerPoint.
That PowerPoint is loaded with stuff, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that is
And
literally
it's
how
always
I
like a
learned.
side little comment that answers it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Let me just think about this. As real GDP falls,
I mean, it makes sense for the interest rates to rise because they're trying to incentivize people to put money in the bank so it can be loaned out as GDP falls. So think about like a recession.
Is it that people
Well,
demand
no.
more money? Is it that people demand more money because they don't have as much?
That makes sense. And then interest rates have to rise to incentivize people to deposit money so banks can loan it out. But at the same time, you want interest rates to be low so people will borrow money. But maybe they don't really talk about that in this chapter anyway. So yeah, let me keep looking here.
Okay. Is there any others that y'all have like questions on?
You guys got C for
For which one?
D for 19.
19, I got C.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got C.
No, I gotta look at A. There was another class that I took. It was like 2 semesters ago, and it was talking about rising stock prices, and there was something about when the stock prices rise, firms. I mean, it's talking about logically expect results, and I don't know. It's just not straightforward. But anyhow, I may be wrong on that, but I don't have any other questions. I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and end it?
Yeah.